Hi, Natalie here from Creative Junket. Just playing with my new Uniquely Creative Pigment Powders. I've swatched them all out and I thought after I did that maybe I'll just do a quick little video to show you the difference between gessoed paper and non-gessoed paper. Gesso is a medium that you put down when you want to be able to kind of keep your whatever you're putting on top, so your paint, sprays, etc. You want to keep that on top of your paper rather than soaking into it. This is quite soaky-y paper, if that makes sense. It's a bit like my swatches, which is on watercolour. So I did these all on watercolour paper. And so to make it so that it sort of sits on top and doesn't soak in so much and can be a little bit more vibrant, I'll put gesso on one half and I'll show you the difference. I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use Purple Iris, which is that one there, and I'll choose a blue. And I think we will go with, let's go really bright. So that colour is Sky Blue. So Purple Iris and Sky Blue. Those are on my watercolour papers. And hopefully I remember which is which here. Got all my little samples out. I know which is purple. Here's my purple. I'm just going to go dry, wet on dry. You'll see how it just sort of pulls on top of the paper. Very vibrant. And also, because I scraped it across and I didn't make it super smooth, you can see all the texture. So really great if you want a bit of texture. Now this is my Sky Blue, so I'm just going to kind of merge them in. Blend them in a little bit. You see how it pulls rather than soaking into my paper? It means you can manipulate it a lot longer. And if I wanted to remove a little bit because I put a bit much on, I can dab it up. Right, so comparatively, if we go down to the non-gessoed, see how it just soaks straight in. No chance to manipulate it, move it around or anything. And then we'll just show you the Sky Blue. If I want to blend them, it doesn't blend as easily. And you'll see if I try and dab it up, I don't really get much off. So you kind of, once it goes on, it's pretty much on. Now if we were going to go wet on wet, I just use my spray bottle. I was having a bit of trouble with it earlier. Oh no, that's good now. Let's go wet on wet. First up, you'll notice that the paper starts to go kind of blotchy down the bottom where there's no gesso, because it's already sort of soaking into it. And on the gessoed side, it's kind of just pooling on top. So let's get our purple again. See what it looks like. On the wet, you'll see it starts to move around quite a lot. I don't think we're going to see a lot on the bottom, to be honest. Maybe not quite wet enough either. There we go. Let's get our purple for the bottom. It does move around a little bit more. Not a lot. So you see, gesso is your friend if you want to move your stuff around. Do you see how it sort of pulled a lot more on the wet side, where I had made it wet already? So it moved around more on the wet on wet. Now if we add our blue, I love it so much. I love wet on wet. I think that's my favourite kind of watercolour. Just really can move it around, it's just beautiful. And if we put the blue onto the bottom, wet on wet, you do see how it sort of moves a little bit more than it did on the dry. Still not very blendy though. Do you see how it's not blending in there? Up here you could blend in as much as you liked, because you can still move it around. And if you go, oh no, I don't really like that, you can dab it, it will take it up. So that is the difference between gesso and non-gesso. So it totally depends on what you want to get out of your art. If you want to be able to play with your medium, then you really want to have gesso down on your page. If you just want to have colour and you don't really care about blending and moving it around, then no gesso is fine. You'll also find that, I don't know if you can really tell, but it's gone a lot more floppy down the no gesso side. So it really does protect the paper up where the gesso is. It's a lot more protected. Oh, I didn't show you as well. When I'm saying about moving it around, if I wanted to put my purple on again, that's where you can start moving it and tipping your page up and doing the drips and things like that. You can see it sort of moves a whole lot better. A lot more fun. Heaps of fun. Heaps of fun. And yeah, you can also do, just trying to think where to put it. So you can do splatters as well. So see how splatter on here merges in. Splatter on here does as well, a little bit. Just not as movie as on the gesso. So yeah, you can see the difference, right? Quite a different little scenario. The other thing you can do is, I'm not sure if it will work very well because my spray bottle is quite empty. Just do like a bit of drops. See how I'm putting some drops on. Do you see how it's pulling? I don't know if you can tell. Not really dry enough. Pulling away, bring it up so you can see, pulls away, so it makes a drop in the middle, pushes away all the colour, so the colour kind of moves away from that spot. Quite a neat effect. I don't think it will do it on the no gesso. Oh, it does. In fact, it's more obvious on the no gesso. It's quite cool because the no gesso is drier. If we dried off this one and then did the spraying, I think it would probably show up a little bit more. I will just turn you off for a second and then I'll come back once it's dry. Actually, I'm just going to put you on and you'll hear a whole lot of noise, but I just want to show you how you can also use your heat gun to move around the colour on the gesso as well. I might put this volume down though. Hang on, I'll turn the volume off. You won't be able to hear it. Okay, so pretty dry. Not, oops, I just put my hand in it. Not super dry, but hopefully you'll be able to see what I mean by the splats. If I do some splats, hopefully it's going to do what I expect it to do. I'm not really doing the drips right. There we go. There we are. The Tim Holtz bottle is really good for this sort of thing, but I'm not doing a very good job. So you can do spray with this Tim Holtz bottle, or you can do more like splatty kind of ones. Do you see though, I don't know if you can tell, where I have sprayed, which is everywhere, not gonna lie. I will do a video kind of showing some of these other techniques as well. It pushes the colour away and you're left with lighter colour and then a darker ring around the outside, which is a really cool effect as well. So that is kind of what I wanted to show you, just the kind of basics of gesso and no gesso and wet on wet and wet on dry. So thanks for watching. See ya.